Okay, so I know I so often talk about digital media overconsumption and, too much screen time and feeling bored and that sort of thing. But I'm telling you, sometimes it's the best thing ever. Right now, I'm watching Pride and Prejudice 1995, and I am playing solitaire with my Lord of the Rings cards, and I'm drinking coffee. And last night, I just remembered that Moominvalley in November. I haven't read this one nearly as many times as I have read the other Moomin books. So this has been so nice and cozy. I've just absolutely adored that. And when I'm not reading, I'm kind of saving it for like the evenings, going to sleep, that sort of thing. And also today I have been out walking and I have been listening to Grimoarens Hemlighet, which is so amazing. I love it so much. It's somehow like super nostalgic and cozy. Because they like there's time travel and witches and mysterious books and this sort of thing. But yeah, it really reminds me of something I read as a kid, but I cannot figure out what it could have been. But anyway, I'm enjoying that one so much while walking in the woods. The woods are still, still kind of colorful, still kind of beautiful. And yeah, so I'm still having a good time reading nostalgic things, watching super fun nostalgic things. I'm enjoying this so much. I've seen the 95 Pride and Prejudice several times, and I'm still having such a good time. And now I've read Pride and Prejudice enough times that I'm like picking out, oh, that was a line directly from the book, that and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm having a very good time. And also today, like exams are done. I finished my last exam for this period yesterday. We have a presentation tomorrow, but that's pretty much already done. I'm just like sitting here working calmly and watching Pride and Prejudice at some point. So everything is very nice. And sometimes there's nothing better than being able to spend a rainy, cold day, mostly at home, with the coffee, but also out for some walks in the woods. So yeah. So I made that other video because I was like, oh, I'll make a YouTube short. I've never made a YouTube short before. It's only 60 seconds allowed. And I was like, okay, well, I'm saying things for at least 3 minutes. Whatever. I guess the funny thing is that I would say Halloween kind of snuck up on me this year. It is Halloween today, and I met some of my friends yesterday at the exam, and one of my friends she was so happy to see me. She was like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to anybody for weeks because we've just been studying like crazy for this exam, which I don't know about anybody else, but it may very well be the first retake I've ever had to do. So I'm going to start studying for that, but you know what? It's okay. We have a plan. We know what we're going to do. I've really been thinking the past few days, I guess, what is today? Today is the 31st. It actually hit me, I would say, on like the 27th. Bam, like it's dark. Oh my God, it's not even 4 p.m. and it's dark outside. And I was like, I don't like this. The thing is I have lived at this latitude or above this latitude my entire life, literally my entire life. Actually, usually I grew up further north than I'm living right now. So I don't know why it comes as somewhat of an unpleasant surprise to me nearly every year, but it does. And I think this year the autumn has been so long and so beautiful. Like when I came back from traveling this summer, September it was almost like summer to me. I could still be outside so much, and we even went swimming and that sort of thing. And then October, like the colors have just been incredible. And I've been out walking in the woods by my house every single day. And I love it so much. And now the leaves are finally starting to like completely fall off, because they were on the trees being beautiful and colorful for a very, very long time, like much longer than they normally are. So the leaves are finally starting to fall off. It's finally starting to be like actually cold. But you know what? My boyfriend and I have been out on the spåret. So I think he said that every commune, every like municipality or something has to have one of these, and it has to be, I think, at least 2 kilometers. So this one is a 2.5 kilometer loop that is like, a path in the woods, but it is fully lit with electric lights. And it's so nice and it's so cozy. Even when it's dark and miserably cold, you can go out on this path and there will be like a bajillion other people walking their dogs or being part of a run club or that sort of thing. So yeah, even though I'm sad about it being dark, which I'm like, what am I doing being sad about this? This is not new. Even though I'm sad about it being dark, I am determined to continue enjoying things, and I'm determined to continue enjoying being outside. And I love the spåret. I love the books that I'm listening to. So yeah, that's right. That's what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about another aside is that, so this friend that I ran into, she was like, I was thinking we should have had fika and that we should have done something for Halloween, but because I thought Halloween was last week, it's actually this week. And I was like, because I thought the same thing. And I said, it doesn't matter. You know what? Let's get together and do something for Halloween next week. So like first week of November, which is not actually as late, because like Allhelgonas is actually, I don't know, it's like the 1st and 2nd of November. Anyway, I wanted to go for a walk in the graveyards to like look at titta på lyktorna, like the lanterns and the candles and everything. But it is my boyfriend's little sister's birthday, and his grandparents are gonna come up. They live like north or southwest of us, southwest. It doesn't matter. Anyway, they're going to come to town and spend the weekend with us. So I don't think there's going to be any of that, but that's okay. We'll continue doing Halloween stuff next week. And I'm also super hoping that they keep having the orange marzipan on the princesstårta. I don't know why I love that so much, but I do. I get really excited about that. It's my favorite. I prefer it to the, because sometimes they do red marzipan for Christmas, but the orange marzipan is my favorite. So maybe they will still have that next week. And I can go and have fika with some friends and have princesstårta with orange marzipan and do some more walks in the woods. And I've been watching lots of like spooky cartoon Halloween specials, like cartoons from the early 2000s that I watched when I was really little. And yeah, I haven't eaten any candy corn this year. I haven't gone to the import store to see if I can get some, but that's all right. I'm fine with it. Actually, what I've been hooked on is they sell little bags of like pre-made tiny lussekatter, like these little saffron bun things. And I love those. And I saw they already started having them in stores like mid-October, I guess. And I was so excited. Bought them directly. I've managed to eat like probably 4 or 5 bags of those by now, because I brought them to some of my exams too as a snack. So I'm really happy about that. And yeah, other than that, I have been, like I said, I have been reading Moominvalley in November, and the Moomin books, my mom got them for me when I was really little, and she had to like special order them because they weren't, I mean, they were like printed in English in the UK, but they weren't printed in English, like she couldn't buy them in the US, I don't know. Anyway, so I have my childhood ones. For some reason, we didn't have Moominvalley in November. I don't remember why. So I haven't read that one nearly as many times. The other ones I have read countless number of times. So I'm rereading Moominvalley in November, loving it. I read Northanger Abbey, loved it. And it actually made me, now I've been watching some Jane Austen adaptations again, and it really makes me want to reread Pride and Prejudice. Like, I've read Pride and Prejudice several times, but I'm like, you know what? I could stand to read it again and then talk about it on this channel. I don't know. So Moomin, Pride and Prejudice. I've been watching Pride and Prejudice. I also have been trying to watch like the Moomin cartoons, the Japanese produced ones. I find like, I don't want to be mean, but I find the Finnish Swedish is like a little hard for me to listen to. The thing is I've known several people who speak like Finlandssvenska in real life, and it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I enjoy listening to them, but for some reason I don't really like the voices they have for the Moomin TV show. Like, I haven't watched that much of it, but I don't know, it's just not nice for me to listen to somehow. But I really want to finally watch all of those, because I've watched lots of them like here and there, but I've never sat down and watched the Moomin TV show all the way through. So that's on my list of things to watch. I finally finished reading The Host. I just sat down and finished it I was like sitting at a cafe and just reading for a while. And it did start to get good again. But also, it's so kind of cringy and annoying to me how she, spoilers for this 10-year-old book, but they put her in this teenage girl, who didn't, because the soul completely pushed her out or whatever, so she wasn't there. And it's just like, oh no, I'm so young and pretty, and everybody thinks I'm younger than I actually am, and I'm so weak. I'm just a delicate little flower. It's just like, man, really? Like, do you have to push it? This weird sort of, I don't know if it's the Mormonism or what, but it's just like there is an element of that in Twilight, of course, but it's just like so blatant in The Host somehow that I'm just like, this is weird. This is a little weird. But it, like I said, it did good in the end. It gets pretty slow in the middle, and then in the end when they're or towards the later part of the book when they're going on missions and making decisions and all that sort of stuff, then it starts to get interesting again. Let's see, I keep a notebook of what I've been reading and watching. Yeah, I think I've talked about all of these other things that I've been reading and watching. Oh, I really want to watch the animated Lord of the Rings movies. I've just never managed to get around to doing that. Especially the really goofy ones that were rotoscoped, so they were done over human actors. Those are so funny, and I really want to watch that. Yeah, so that, and I think that's about it as far as what I'm going to be reading and watching. I am listening to The Lord of the Rings again, and I love it so much every time. I enjoy it so much. That's another one that's absolutely perfect to be walking in the woods and listening to. That's the other thing. I've been thinking now about, my mom had this set of cassettes that were like from the 70s maybe, and that was how I first listened to Lord of the Rings, was actually on cassette. And I think she got rid of them because some of the tapes, like one of the tapes didn't work or whatever, so she just got rid of it. I was like, we could have at least kept that amazing wooden box. And so now I'm like, I would really like to get those cassettes and listen to that recording of Lord of the Rings, firstly. Secondly, I was like, the weird thing is that I never see cassettes around here, like when I'm thrifting. I've seen cassettes, like anything really, cassettes, anything that has a cassette deck, like twice. And I'm like, did Sweden just sort of like skip over the whole cassette thing or what? Because then I was looking it up online, I was looking at Fredrika, and anything that has a cassette player in it, it's like very expensive. People want a lot of money for them. And I'm like, man, can't I just have, like, I had a little children's portable cassette player, and that my mom had kept or something. So yeah, that was me, early 2000s. There I was, listening to Lord of the Rings on cassette, a set from the 70s in a, cassette player from the 80s. But yeah, I'm not sure. It's kind of funny because I've been watching Lao Sky Painter. I've been watching her like flea market videos, and she always finds so many cassettes. And because apparently it was really popular in Germany, and I'm just like, I never find cassettes here, period. And the funny thing is the other day, one of the times that I found cassette tapes, most of them were in German. So I was like, why did Germans like cassettes so much? And Swedes were just like, no cassettes. We're skipping that entirely. We're going from records to CDs and nothing in between. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. Okay. Now I'm rambling, but I guess I've just been like feeling so down because of, it's dark now, but you know what? I am determined to keep enjoying things and, keep on working on stuff. I have a plan for the schoolwork that I need to do. I have a plan for going outside and getting lots of walking done anyway. I have plans to see friends and go climbing. And I'm just like, my parents are going to come and stay with us or stay with my boyfriend's mom. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but they're going to come early mid-December, like December 12th. So yeah, I have a month and a half-ish, or a month and a third rather. Yeah, like a month and a third basically to really get my shit together, get everything done school-wise, and just, yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good.